For more now on how all of this is shaking out in the polls, we're pleased to welcome pollster John Zogby. John, among his many duties, the senior partner at John Zogby Strategies, and he is also the author of the new book, We Are Many, We Are One, a new look at tribes in 21st century America. As always, John, we appreciate your time here on Newsmax Prime, and let's get right to the numbers. The alphabets have been working overtime getting out their new polls. Let's begin with the NBC News Survey Monkey poll. In a four-way race, it has Mrs. Clinton with a 5-point lead, 46 to 41% over Mr. Trump. Libertarian Gary Johnson at 7% and Jill Stein of the Green Party at 3%. Conversely, the CNN ORC poll of likely voters, Mrs. Clinton 49%, Donald Trump 44%. Lesser margins for the other two minor party candidates. Looks like a 5-point margin. And of course, as we have noted before, Mr. Trump has had his challenges, debate week and thereafter. But with all that behind us, heading down the home stretch these final 2 weeks, has Mr. Trump reversed his negative slide? And can we expect to see him close the gap as these surveys continue?
I don't know about his closing the gap. What I do know is that in both polls, he's picked up to in the NBC case, at least right back to where he was before he slid. And so, there's that gravitational pull. In the CNN poll at 44%, that's the highest he's polled yet in that poll, and frankly, any other poll that I've seen in a four-way race. And so, essentially, he's remaining borderline competitive here. I think given the fact that you have the other polls on the other end of the spectrum, all of whom are credible polling outfits showing today a 1-point Clinton lead, it suggests to me that, as we've said over and over again, we still have some time to go here.
And 2 weeks can be a lifetime in politics.
Yep.
There was another trend. UPI's latest poll appears to show a swing in momentum to Donald Trump. And we talk about just 14 days, yeah, but it can make a difference. And I know we've talked about a hidden Trump vote, but is there any way to empirically judge that? Do you think just gut level 3 to 5% of people who aren't showing up in the polling?
There's no real way to quantify it, except that we do know that there are people who will simply not vote for Hillary Clinton. So we at least know that much is true. We also know the evidence from the Rasmussen poll that indicated that among those who are soft supporters of any of the candidates, when they're asked who they might vote for if they don't vote for their first pick, it was Donald Trump 36 and Hillary Clinton 24%. Gary Johnson, interestingly, 25 and Jill Stein 15. This is the definition, JD, of volatility. And that's why I hesitate to really pin my ideas down on any one single trend.
Understood. Now, one trend we've seen in recent years, in recent elections, early voting. What will be the role of early voting in this particular election, John?
Spin, essentially that, you have different demographics that turn out in different states for early voting. They're older and whiter in Florida, and they are more African American and Democrat in North Carolina. I mean, right now, what we're seeing is competitive races where early voting is being reported either by mail or otherwise, and that just doesn't portend to anything except the opportunity for the campaigns to spin whatever they want to spin out of it.
John Zogby, before we let you go, huge news about Obamacare and those gigantic rate hikes for premiums. Is this the October surprise that could help not only Mr. Trump, but also congressional and Senate Republicans? About 20 seconds.
No, I don't think so. I think the battle lines are clearly drawn on Obamacare. The country is split, and for those who are already in opposition are coming out to vote anyway. Those who are already in support are coming out to vote anyway.
Fair enough. John Zogby, we thank you for coming out on every occasion. Appreciate your time here on Newsmax Prime.
Thanks, Judy.